Hello everyone and welcome back to Cartoony Character Creation. My name's Terry Tripp and I'm going to walk you through a new video tutorial lesson today. Previously in this set of videos we've learned how to create cartoony faces and we learned how to create the facial features. So in this tutorial what we're going to be doing is learning different body types. Once we get those body types created, then we can go back and we can add those facial features and create our characters to fit the stories that we want to tell. So first of all, let's go ahead and begin with, let's kind of do more of a macho character. So I'm drawing here on the iPad Pro, which is a digital representation of paper in your sketchbook. So you can take your paper and your sketchbook or regular paper and draw along with me. So what I would encourage you to do is use maybe a mechanical pencil for the initial sketching, and you can go back after that with a wooden pencil and darken in the lines. So what you might want to have for this is a wooden pencil, mechanical pencil, and an eraser as we begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw the body of this character. The body of this character is going to be kind of like an upside down triangle in a way. As you notice, I'm just kind of sketching here very loose lines and making sketching a relaxing activity and not a stressful activity. You don't want that. You want it to be relaxing. From there, I'm going to go ahead and start to put in a guideline just so I kind of know which way the body's facing. And then I'll go ahead and start to put in the ab area of the body, which this is going to be kind of a muscle man, so it's going to be it's going to be quite a bit thinner than the rest of the body. Then the waist area is going to be another triangular form. And when we break down drawings, what we really want to do is practice breaking things down to a simplified form, a simplified shape. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm thinking this shape right here as an upside down triangle. You know, this right here can almost be seen as a rectangle of sorts, and then we have a triangle right there. So from there, let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to start working with the legs. For the legs, I'm just going to kind of do a line coming out here. And then we'll do another line. Let's see, let me look at this character. Another line coming out here. These are very, very loose lines. You can kind of start to see the shape of our character is starting to unfold. So I'm just kind of sketching away, and I'm thinking, and I'll encourage you to do this too, as you draw, think about your lines as if you were molding with clay. And when you mold with clay, you can change things. It's not permanent. I'm going to go ahead and put in the upper part of the shoulder here. Going to do the same thing here. And I may be working quickly for you. If I'm working too fast, maybe you can pause the video and go back. That might be an option for you. And what I'm doing now is I'm breaking up the arm into different sections, just so I can get the proportions the way that I want them to be. Notice here I'm not putting in every little detail, but I'm able to start to see how this character is going to look. So for the head here, I kind of want to continue to play on a strong the muscles of this character. So we're going to give him kind of a strong neck. Maybe we'll start with the brain up here, the cranium. And maybe his head will come down. Nice big chin. We come up there, and then we'll have an ear. And there we can start to see maybe the nose will be right here. Maybe the eyes. Maybe we'll lower those eyes a little bit. Maybe the eyes will be right here and the mouth will be right there. So there's you know, the construction lines for one character. So I'll just go ahead and put him up there. And let's go ahead and move on to another fun character here. Let's now go kind of the complete opposite. So this time this character is not going to be the most in shape character. We'll kind of start by drawing a almost like a bean shape in a way, but not totally. Okay. Keep those lines loose and light. Don't be too serious, don't be too stressed out as we draw. I know I've kind of hinted at that before, but if you are stressed out when you're drawing, you're not going to like drawing. You want to keep your lines loose. So that'll be kind of the main part of the body. Then what we'll do here is go ahead and kind of add in maybe a leg right there. We'll do another one right there. Maybe this one can come out this way and this one can come out this way. And then, I mean, and this body right here, you can make into a human, you can make it into like a bear or a gorilla. You could do a lot of things with this type of shape. So kind of being more like a gorilla, we're going to give this character kind of more gorilla hanging like hands. Now this doesn't have to be a gorilla, but it can be inspired by a gorilla. Maybe like right there. And then maybe this hand, we see a little bit of that as well, coming from behind. And then maybe the head for this character might be like a huge jaw. And maybe we'll give this character a little bit of a smaller skull. We can have this part come out a little bit more. And what's cool about drawing is if you don't make your lines that dark, you can erase them. That's the key. Keep those lines super light so you can erase them. Maybe right here there'll be an ear. Maybe this is where the first ear will go. Right there. And maybe you'll see a little bit of the other ear over here. Maybe the eyes right there. There's kind of the mouth. So of course you would then go in and maybe add in the pants and the shirts and all that, but what we're just focusing on right now is just the construction lines of the shape. Okay, keeping things very basic. So that way you can go back later and you will be able to create your own character the way you want your character to be to tell the story that you want to tell. Now let's move on to another character shape. Maybe this one will be a little bit different. We'll kind of have the bean going again. I like to kind of have the bean shape. Now you might be saying, you know, I can make lines better than your lines. Yeah, that's good. But you know, we're just sketching right now. You don't want to waste all that energy. Yeah, of course we can make cleaner lines, but this is just the construction. And if we're building the house, you don't go through and paint the 2x4s that are holding up the house. That's something we'll do later. I mean, we'll paint the house later. These are the construction lines that, you know, are just the lines that are behind the artwork. So we'll give this character kind of a long neck, maybe kind of like a little V here, and then we'll draw its head. Kind of like that, maybe its eyes. Maybe we want to do that long nose and the mouth. Maybe something like that. Maybe there'll be an ear over here, a little bit of an ear right there. And then what we can do is, this character is kind of hunched over a lot actually. Maybe we can make it not as extreme. And I can do that. I can change my lines because I'm in pencil. Okay, I'm drawing in pencil. So we do that as artists. We change things, and that's okay. So from there, let's see, maybe like right here, just going to put some guidelines where it's going to connect. And then maybe right here, we'll put a line between the legs, and maybe right here, and maybe right here. Make this line more down the middle. And then this character, we'll go ahead and draw in some, maybe like some Converse style shoes. They almost kind of look like clown shoes, but okay. So there we go there, and maybe we can throw in some arms. So maybe this arm here will be a lengthy arm. It's going to kind of come down into a pocket. Actually, let's make that pocket a little bit lower. So you can see my rough sketch lines. I'm just kind of figuring things out as I draw here. Sometimes, and this is where I'm at right in this point, you get too messy where you do have to kind of pause for a little bit and go back and erase some of your lines to clean things up, just so you can be a little bit more on track to what you're doing. And that's fine, you can totally do that. And we'll go ahead and erase these guidelines. We don't really need those anymore. And then maybe this hand will be kind of, you'll see part of it over there. What you can do is maybe we'll have this kind of hand hanging. Maybe we'll have this hand, maybe this arm is going to come out and hang out a little bit more too. So we can totally alter things. Think of it as if you're writing a paper. If you've ever written a paper for class, like an essay, if you write it and you turn in your first draft, it's probably not going to be that great. If you go through and you edit it, and you really edit the drafts and make it better and better and better and better, then you can really create a valuable and an interesting essay. So, man, his shoes are funny. They're huge. I definitely over-exaggerated them, which is fun. Okay, let's move on to another character. Maybe this one will be like short and stouts. Let's do that, short and stouts. So in the base shape here, the construction lines, I'm just gonna draw some lines like this. Really sketching those out super loosely. And then here, kind of make him, I used to have, in the 80s when I was a kid, there were these toys called He-Man. Maybe some of you were familiar with the cartoon. There was this toy, I can't really remember what he looked like, but he was kind of shaped like this. I feel like he had like battle armor on or something like that. Okay. So, really not important, but just random side note there. So we'll go ahead and start to put maybe the head in this area. Now this guy's really not going to have much of a neck. He's not going to be like this guy at all, okay? He's going to be short and stout, so maybe here, instead of drawing a neck in this area at all, we'll just come straight off the back and start to go up. So he kind of has a smaller head, a larger body. Like that. So then we're going to clean up some of these lines. Let's go ahead and put in some arms here. Let's see. As you can see, I'm figuring this out as I go. Just like people mold with clay. And then you get to create your character the way you think he should be. Sometimes students ask me, what got me into art? Tim Burton was a big influence, but also I was originally a creative writer, and I still am. I write novels and books, and it's a hobby and passion of mine. And then I started experimenting with drawing. What I learned about drawing is that there was a freedom to it that I never really got to experience with writing stories. And there's definitely freedom writing stories, but it's different in the fact that as a creative writer, my job is to create a world that is completely believable. So you have to have a big sense of realism applied to your stories. But you can draw cartoons and cartoony characters that don't have to be realistic at all. They could have, you could draw someone with only 4 fingers on each hand, or 3 fingers. It doesn't have to be realistic. You can make the proportions completely not accurate. Okay? The inaccuracy of a drawing, if you're doing cartoony stuff, doesn't destroy it as it would if you were trying to create a believable, fictitious story. So there's some characters right there. Let's go ahead and move on here, and we'll do some more. Let's kind of maybe do a female character. They're always fun. So for our female character here, we're going to start with the base of the body. So just go ahead and draw a line like that. And then I'm going to draw on the pelvis area. Really try to get some more curves here. And then we'll go ahead and start to put in the legs. And the small feet. Now, of course, this isn't a realistic. This isn't realistic anatomy. Obviously, we're drawing cartoony characters. It's just kind of a fun way to draw a female, not all female, but a female cartoony character. So we'll have the waist come here. We're going to go ridiculously small right here. Erase those extra guidelines. I don't need those. Change the top. Make this character a little bit shorter. And oops, messed up there. My bad. We'll go ahead and have the neck come right there. Okay. And then we'll draw the side profile. And then draw one of the arms here. And one of the arms here as well. And she's going to be kind of facing this way, turning a little bit to her side. And then she might be we're doing cartoony characters, so this might be like a cat-like creature or something like that. So we kind of see a little bit of that triangular shape again. Oops. Maybe we'll do some, just for now, some human ears. The head might be right there. The nose. The eyes. Okay, so you can kind of see a very rough start here of the guidelines of our feminine character. So it's your job to go back, and really create a character to fit this story. So like, what is she going to be wearing? Is she going to have like a superhero outfit on? I mean, what do we have going on here? Is she going to have long hair? It's going to go down here. Is she going to have bangs? Is she going to have hair that just pulls to the side? All those questions, you get to answer those in your creativity. Okay. So we'll kind of leave it there. Go ahead and put her right there. And let's go ahead and move on to another character. Here's man, there's so many fun characters to draw. Let's do something a little bit more simplified. That one might have been a little bit more complicated, so this one will be a little bit more simplified. We're gonna, instead of the bean that we've done before, we're going to go with the box, or as some people call it, the pillow. Kind of creating this pillow shape here. Now I'm cleaning up my line work just a little bit. Okay, so we have a box that you can see it's like slightly turned to the side there, and that's fine. And we will, from there, let's make it a little bit smaller. It's going to be a smaller character. From there, we're going to put in a head. Let's do the upside down triangle. It's kind of fun. Notice this line of action. I'm holding faithful to it. This character has little ears like that. And maybe here we'll have line coming out here. That'll be one arm. Maybe here we'll have the other arm. And kind of like that. Now when you're drawing arms, it's always going to be thinner, and when you get closer to the shoulder, a little bit thicker. Okay. So this line's going to have to go thicker. Now it's kind of getting messy here again. Having a hard time seeing, so I'm just going to kind of erase some of those lines and clean up things a little bit. Okay. You don't want arms to really go like that from the shoulder. It's better for them to come in like that. Okay. So then we'll kind of do a little curved line there. And then maybe one here too. And there's that guy. I don't know why. To me, he's standing out to me as kind of like a mad scientist. And you could do all types of things. Give him cool hair, and that's your job. You get to do the fun part by going through and actually making these official characters. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's see how we're doing on time here for everyone. Maybe we can do 2 more here. So we'll take this guy. He's a little bit big for a mad scientist. Make him a little bit smaller, and we'll put him right here. And let's go ahead and move on to, I know. Let's do like a classic cartoony character. Maybe something that maybe multiple other characters have been kind of made out of. So here it's going to go down, it's going to be small, and then it's going to get larger. Almost like a triangular shape in a way, or a cone, maybe more of a cone. And then we'll go ahead and put in some big shoes, massive shoes. I'd be thinking, man, this might be kind of like a rabbit character or something like that. Then from there, we'll maybe draw a hand coming down. Now this is where you can kind of do the opposite, because this is just super, super cartoony. It's not really even a human. You can have the hand go from small to, oops, I'm going to fix that finger. Maybe from small to big as it goes down. Kind of shows some foreshortening, kind of like it's coming out towards you a little bit. Draw a finger there, maybe a finger there. And then from there, maybe these lines come up to a close, and we have a neck that kind of comes up. And then maybe we have this fun cartoony shape. This could be a bunny rabbit, could be like a cat character. You could do all types of fun things with this guy or girl. So maybe you have like, so yeah, if you want to make them a rabbit, some bunny ears. If you want to make them a cat, a fox, you can have fun with this one. You give it a tail, all types of neat things. So there's the guidelines for that one. And I think we have time for one more. This guy's probably going to be smaller since he's a animal. Let's move this guy over so we just have a little bit more room. And in this space right here, let's see, maybe we can draw, let's do this. Let's do kind of a fun, we're going to do a fun face shape. We kind of like start off with like a box like that. Maybe this guy's going to have an alien helmet on or a space helmet. Maybe this part of his cheek coming out there. Let's go ahead and erase these lines. And we got kind of a cool shape here. I mean, we could do a lot of neat things with this character right here already. He's going to have big eyes, little eyes, what type of nose. I mean, we've practiced all that before with our previous video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail there. Okay, I mean that's from the previous weeks. So let's give this guy a body. Let's do something really, really simple. I like simple. Let's do kind of like a triangle. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and draw in the kind of the pelvis area. I'm going to clean up some of these lines because they're getting a little bit messy. And for the legs, this character has smaller legs like that. And what I kind of want to do is, I like the neck's a little bit too big. Let's bring it down. I like that. I kind of want this character to be kind of a shorter character. And arms, let's do just arms can be coming out here, and these ones will be kind of curved. And I don't know, he could be like a fun little spaceman or something like that. So many fun options to create with this guy right there. Okay, maybe you could put like a rocket pack on his back, something like that. It's up to you. Okay, it's really up to you. So we focused today on drawing the body shapes of so many different fun characters here. So there they are. So your assignment for this tutorial. Your assignment is to go through and take each and every one of these guys and add facial features, add hair, add hats, helmets, clothes, items, skateboards, swords, shields, uniforms, whatever you want to add to these guys, sunglasses, create real, unique, original characters from what we learned in the previous week with the facial features, and create your own characters out of these cartoony concept creative shapes. So thank you very much for joining in today, and we'll catch you next time.